Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Bobby Hams here with my review of Vin Diesel's latest action flick, Bloodshot. Now, Bloodshot was directed by David F.S. Wilson. He's a name I've never heard before, but this being the first movie I've seen from him, I liked it very, very much. Now, Bloodshot, first of all, Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is a character. He's a guy who plays characters, and he's also a character who plays a guy. But Vin Diesel is a person. He's an actor whom I don't seem to quite understand why I enjoy watching him on screen, okay? His first 4 Fast and Furious movies, they were shaky. You know, I liked the first one. Second and third one were garbage. The fourth one I got back on board with. The fifth one, where I think The Rock came in, that one was really good. The sixth one was, again, I think that was a Rainbow Road one. So I lost interest after number 6. But then it went on to make 7, made on and went 8, and now they're on number 9. So I like watching the guy on screen. I don't know if it's his super baritone voice or if it's just the way he just seems so calm and unconcerned with the lines he's delivering or what. But I like watching him in Riddick, the Chronicles of Riddick, and the Fast and Furious movies, and a lot of the other things that he's been in. For some reason, I just like watching the guy on screen. He doesn't have the charisma of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone or Jean-Claude Van Damme. But he's just like those actors from the 80s. You know, the movies he makes are those popcorn movies you can just sit back and watch and just like laugh at and enjoy and just turn off your brain, really. That's what it is. He's a turn off your brain kind of actor where you can just enjoy his movies and not think about really anything important. And Bloodshot is, again, like one of those movies from the 80s. It's a ton of action everywhere. It's tons and tons of action. The plot is very minimal. The characters are, you know, they're there. Nothing's gonna make you question your existence or anything like that. They're there. They don't raise any kind of social issues. And the movie, okay, so the movie itself, Bloodshot, is about Vin Diesel. He plays an army soldier named Ray, and Ray goes on a mission and he dies on his mission. And then this private company named RST, they basically bring him back to life using these nanites, because in all sci-fi and action movies, nanites are the way to go for technology. So these nanites, they improve Ray's motor skills, his muscle mass, so he's able to hit things a lot faster. He's able to react faster because the nanites improve his neural synapses. So these things basically improve his physiology 100%, 1000%. So he's like a super soldier. And in that sense, he becomes kind of like Wolverine's Weapon X from X-Men, in that he's able to heal fast, so he can take a ton of damage and not basically die instantly like anyone else would. Whereas Wolverine's healing factor is a mutant ability. The nanites for Bloodshot do the same thing. But the difference here is that his nanites, they eventually run out, right? They go down from 100%, and he has to constantly get recharged once he hits a certain critical level of percentage, because the nanites are basically his blood, and he loses enough blood, well then the nanites can't reproduce themselves. They have to get recharged. So I really like that part of the story where it was like, oh, so that's how he's basically kept from becoming a god and unkillable, is the nanites have to be recharged. So I was like, wow, that's a pretty good way of approaching that whole thing. And so the movie goes on from there, and this private company, they have him take out these targets. I won't say who the targets are because that'll definitely spoil the movie. So they're taking out these targets, and each time they need him to take out another target, they mess around with his memory and force these memories into his brain that say that this particular target was responsible for killing his wife. Now all that's in the trailer already, so it's not really a spoiler. And so each time it's a different person that's killing his wife, so he feels that guttural, like, animalistic urge for revenge to go after that one person. And that's what's being used to take out these targets. And it's very smart. I like that approach. And he's tracking all these people down. And, he has a memory problem. And that made me think again of a different movie, made me think of The Bourne Identity, because now he's a highly skilled, assassin really, who can't remember who he is or who the bad guys are, who the good guys are. He's kind of just going where they tell him to go, and he's finding out things about this. And once he thinks the mission is over, boom, suddenly he's right back where he started kind of deal. It's a lot like Logan. It's a lot like The Bourne Identity and the Matrix stuff we know with them messing around with his head, creating this new fictional backstory for him and his motivation basically for doing his missions. So it's like Matrix, Logan, and Bourne Identity, and also the $6 Million Man TV show, because the nanite thing is I'd say he's a $6 trillion man in this movie, Vin Diesel, because the nanites can do just about anything. They connect him to like servers and he's able to clock into databases and across the country and radio. So he's a $6 trillion man. He's also Logan. He's also The Matrix, and he's also Jason Bourne. So you take all those movies and you put them all together and you get Bloodshot. And all those movies were very enjoyable on their own, but Bloodshot, combining them all, to me anyway, just it's super enjoyable to watch. I really liked it. Oh, another part of it that made me think of The Matrix Part 2 was there's this one scene near the end where you can obviously tell it's computer models fighting each other, and that made me think of that horrible, you know, twisty twirly scene that Matrix Part 2 has. But I mean, that's the really only super obvious major flaw that I saw watching the movie, because it looks good, the acting is dumb, of course, the action is great, the action is really great. The visuals with the nanites recovering and fixing his body looks really, really good. So I like that Bloodshot was able to tell basically the same story of, you know, soldier loses his memory, or assassin loses his memory, and then becomes this and learns about his past and all this stuff. It's a story that's been told hundreds of times before, but I'm glad that Bloodshot was able to include things from the comics, I'm guessing, with the backstory with his wife and then the nanite thing. I'm guessing that's from the comics. I never read them. It was Vertigo or Dark Horse that published the Bloodshot comics, so I never read those, so I don't know. So really, coming into this movie, unlike with Superman Red Son, I had no idea what to expect, so I really liked it. Now, there might be someone who's read the comics and be like, wow, this is way off, and Bloodshot was never like this at all, blah, blah, blah. I have no idea. I didn't read the comics, so I can't comment on that. I really enjoyed it. Would I watch it again? Yeah, I'd watch it again if I have it on DVD. Once it comes out on DVD, I'd watch it again for sure. It's one of those movies, like the 80s movies, where you can just put it on, like Predator, or, you know, or Running Man or something like that. You can just put it on, just watch it, have it on as background noise, and still enjoy it. It's just one of those movies. Would I watch it again in the theaters? No, I wouldn't watch it again in the theaters. I wouldn't pay for it to see it again. Not because it's like bad or anything. It's just the movie is very linear in its direction, if that makes any sense. Like there aren't too many side quests or threads that can be explored elsewhere that make you think about anything else, really. It just kind of says, go from here, go to there, and then it ends in a very final way. There isn't like any sequel bait set up for it. So you watch it once, you'd be like, oh, okay, well, that was Bloodshot. I liked it. And then next, and that's all there is to it. So there wouldn't really be any need. Like, it's not thought-provoking film, you know, it's nothing like that. It's an action film. You know, it's Kickboxer from the 80s, you know, that's all it is. It's a tale of revenge. It's Commando from the 80s. That's really all it is. It's fun to watch, but, you know, seeing it again in the theaters, not really. DVD, sure. You know, streaming, sure. Digital download, sure. But running out to the theaters to go watch it, nah, you're not missing all that much. But that's gonna do it for this review. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you like it to like it. But that's gonna do it for this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Like and subscribe if you like to like and subscribe to things. And I'll see you in the next video. But that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Like and subscribe if you like to like and subscribe to things. And I'll see you in the next video when I learn to talk.